Hello everybody, this is John Bankson, the B part of the V&B Tech Review for Teachers and How-Tos, and my dog Buffy. So today we're going to go through Edmodo, and basically for anybody that has used Edmodo, I should say Moodle or any Blackboard, it's the exact same thing, but they make it with a Facebook interface. Almost every kid nowadays and most teachers have a Facebook, so it's very user-friendly, and ever since I started using it a few weeks ago, I've had nothing but success, and it's taken over my websites. I don't even post on my websites anymore. It's all done right through Edmodo, so I have nothing but praise for it. I'm really excited about it, and there's lots of teacher communities too, so lots of personal and professional development that can be done right on Edmodo itself. I'm going to start off by showing you how to get started and several things that you can do. So, like any new service, you have to sign up. Sign up now. It's free. So, obviously, if you're a teacher and new to this, you're going to make your own username. I'm going to go with BankSaj2. Password. Circle, 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 and my school email. I'm a Mr. and John Bankson. When you click this sign up, if your username's already taken, it'll tell you. Switch it around, change it. I already made one, so that part's done for me. So I'm going to sign into that. It's BankSaj2. You should be sitting at a page that looks a lot like this. They pretty much walk you through exactly what to do. Under here it says what to do now. Create a group. This is the very first thing you need to do. This is pretty much your class that you need to create. So I'm a physics teacher, so I want to create a group named Physics. Now, the kids will be able to post messages so that everybody can see it, unless you choose default all new members to read only. They would not be able to type. Obviously, it's read only, so they would only see what you post. Grade. I don't teach a specific grade for physics. I have everything from sophomores to seniors. And I'm in science. Physics, so you pick your subject area and your specific subject. Create. It says you've created physics. The code to join the group is 5OBAFS. It says you can view and reset the code in the settings box for the group. So close. This code is what the kids are going to need to enter to join your group. So I'll show you how to get that if you ever lose it. Okay. Now you'll notice on the left side here, you have a group called Physics. Click on, well, whatever you named it. If you click on that, it brings you to that specific class's wall, so to speak, just like your Facebook wall, you'd have one here. So your group code, again, this is what the kids are going to need to enter when they sign up. To go to your class. If kids already have Edmodo, so if you have students of mine, then they don't need to create a brand new account. Right here, where it says create or join a group, the kids will be able to join a new group. So when they click join, they just have to enter the group code and they join. Now, if they already belong to it, it won't join. So when the kids create this, they have to have group code. They can't just join Edmodo unless there's a class to join. So if your student's never been on Edmodo, they will enter that code right on their sign-up screen. Now, let me tell you just about the interface here, what you're looking at. The left side, you have latest posts. This would be anything that people have posted. If I click on it, this is all that's been posted by Mr. Edmodo to me. Direct, this would be messages that students send specifically to you only, kind of like an email, but isolated to Edmodo. This would be posts written by students if you want to see only what the students are saying. Clicking this would filter out all the assignments, or let you post assignments. We'll get to that later. And you can, again, filter things out by what you've put up, alerts, what people, these are connections, these are fellow teachers of yours. Feeds, if you know how to subscribe to things. Any polls you make, quizzes you make, or any replies that have come through lately. Underneath that, you'd have groups. This is where you can click through all your different classes. So I'm going to go ahead and create a first period ICP class. And I'm just going to click through that. I should at least make it science. Create. You have to enter a subject. Basic science. So that's my first period ICP. Again, this code is what my first period ICP students would enter. And just real quick, I'm going to make a second, we'll go, second period ICP class. Same deal. Grade 9, science, and works there again. If I have second period ICP students, this is the code they would have to enter, 3TT5ZK. Alright, so you can click through each individual class. You'll notice every time I click, this middle part loads. I don't have any students in it right now because I just made this, but on my other Edmodo, I have actual sites or students, so this would populate with this specific class that you're clicking on. In the middle here, this is where you post things to students. You can give them just a note, such as, don't forget the homework is on page ... And if it's ICP, then obviously it's going to be both classes. So you can start typing the name of a group, a specific student or a teacher to see that note. So I want my first period ICP class to receive that. So I hit 1 and there's my first period ICP class. My second period ICP class would need this also. So now I've got this set up so that my first and second period ICP class receive this note. Send. So now from me, I've got a note to the students telling them not to forget their homework. Along with notes, you can have more important alerts. This will show up as a special alert on their page, and we'll go ahead and do that for all groups right there. Send. So you'll see it's bold printed, and it's more important being an alert as opposed to a note. You'll notice also on the notes you can attach a file to the note. If I wanted to attach a picture to it, I can do that, followed by a link longer when you talk too much for Twitter. Okay, I don't know why Google would have that title. So I can attach a link, and the library I'll get to in a minute. So this will go to my second period ICP class. And you have to type a message along with it. So just like the note I did before, where I said, don't forget the homework is on page, I typed a note to my second period ICP class only that says, this is a message. I gave them a link to Google and a picture of myself. Now, I'm not going to keep that up there. I'm just going to click X and delete that message. Now, nobody sees it. Nobody knows it was there. After alert, you have actual assignments. Assignment title, homework 3. Describe the assignment, download, and resubmit by noon tomorrow. So you would post what the assignment is about, give a little message about it, and a due date. Let's say Wednesday the 9th. And I'm going to attach a file found here, 1D collisions, and we'll give it to my second period ICP class. You'll notice something different about this as opposed to a note. You'll see this turned in button. Now the kids actually see something called turn in where they would turn in their assignment. So they would download whatever file you might have given them. What I had my students do this week is an online lab. They had to download the file, the Word document in this case, and I had them answering all the questions directly on the document in bold print so I could see what they posted easier. And then they would turn it back into Moodle. So this might be something I give my students. They would fill in the blanks with bold print and save it. They would turn it in here. And once you get students, they show up here. It'll say not turned in, waiting on grade. You can preview what the student wrote directly in Edmodo. You don't have to download it again, because what the student wrote will be right here. And you can also assign a grade to them. I'm not going to show that specifically because I don't want to give away my students' names. But once you have an assignment, all the kids' names show up over here. You click on the kid's name, their file appears here. You can look at it and assign a grade up in the top right here. So that's what's special about assignments. The grades that you give the kids will end up here. Just like any other grade book you're used to, it'll start populating on its own. Calendar. Once you create an assignment and give it a due date, it automatically shows up here, and the kids have access to the calendar that they're a part of a class with. So, first period ICP class, I didn't post that assignment to them, nor the physics. But second period ICP, on the 9th, this is due. So they could just click on that if they wanted to. And here it is. And the next in line is a quiz. You can create a quiz or load a previously created quiz. I just made this account. I don't have any previously created quizzes. So, if you go to create a quiz, you would change a quiz title, quiz 1, and choose what kind of question you want. Multiple choice, true, false, short answer, fill in the blank. That is what you're limited to on this, but a lot of these can grade automatically if you set things up correctly. The only one you have to grade yourself is short answer. So you type your question. This is a question. And I'd say yes or no. I know that's probably better as a true false, but I can also add a none of the above, the equalizer question. You can set the correct answer here or remove other answers. That's my first question. It's done. I can move on to my next question. I can choose the type, short answer. This quiz is, oh, I want to make this actually fill in the blank. This quiz is, and it tells you to use underscores to specify where you'd like a blank to appear. So this quiz is, and I'll do underscores. That'll cause this text box to open, and you'll type your word in there. So now the kids would need to answer finished for that one. Assign quiz. I made my 2-question quiz. I'm going to assign it. I say it needs to be done tomorrow and I want my physics class to take it. So I made the quiz, gave it a due date. I can choose to have the quiz score added to the gradebook. Otherwise, you'd have to do that on your own. And then I'm assigning it only to physics. So when I send, it doesn't show up under ICP, because right now this is my second period ICP class. First period only has this. But now the physics students see the quiz. They would take that directly in Edmodo, and once they start it, they have to finish it. And finally, a simple poll. Do you understand the material? This way every kid can answer, and you would get real-time updates. Yes, no. It's anonymous also, so the kids don't have to worry. And then you can get a good idea. Do the kids understand? Is this a misconception? And so on. Top right here, you can filter posts. If you want to see all the assignments that you've posted, you can filter posts that way. If you want to see all the alerts you posted, you can filter that way, and all the recent replies. This box up here says claim your profile URL. When you click on that, this lets you choose what your web page or your Edmodo would be. So a student could just type in edmodo.com/Bengtson's class. Claim. So now this website is edmodo.com/Bengtson's class. Back to the home page. And on the right side, finally finishing our main page explanation, you have notifications. Just like Facebook notifications, this will post all the new stuff that's happened, whether it's a kid turned in an assignment, a new kid joined the class. All your notifications pop up here. You can click on them, hide them so they will go away, but in the end it's just showing you what has happened. It's cool, nothing new. The group code. I'm going to be changing my group codes because you've all seen them. How you do that if kids share the code with other students and you don't want that happening, you click on this drop down arrow, you can reset the code. It's all random and it's all unique to your page, so you don't have to worry about accidentally going to another teacher's page. You'll notice group settings. I suggest every teacher always explore the settings pages on every piece of software they use. You will learn so much about it. So if we go to group settings, we've already been here. You can change the name of the class if you need to. At the end of the school year, when the class is gone, you can archive the group. That'll cause it to disappear, but all your information is stored elsewhere. This piece here where it says members, as your class populates, you'll see more and more silhouettes show up. If the kids want to add a picture of themselves, they can. They'll figure it out. But clicking Manage, right here is where all of your students will show up. Clicking on a student will bring up a little menu on the side here. You will be able to look at what their login name is right here, like mine is Bengtsaj2. And below that, though, you can reset their password. You don't see it because, again, I'm not going to use my own students because their names would be shown. But you can reset their password. You can kick them out of the class. You can turn it so they can't speak anymore. They don't suggest that. It's mainly for disciplinary issues. If they're talking too much or not staying on task, you can turn off their ability to post to the group. You can also create small groups. If I want to break my classes into different groups, I can do that. So I'd create a group, group 1. This would show the class. I'd click on the student, And this arrow here at the top pointing to group 1 is how I would move them over to the group 1. I'll show you how I've set that up on my other page in a minute. The library is next. Library here. This is just like you'd imagine. This is where all your stuff gets put. You can add assignments, files, 100 megabytes at a time. That's a large amount. So if I want to put an assignment for physics online, I can take that PDF, add it to my library, and here it is. Now, as of right now, I'm the only one with access to it. So I want to share that with my physics class. The best way to do that is create a new folder on the side here, and I'm going to call this Physics Assignments, or better yet, Unit 4 Assignments, Physics. And you can share this folder with special groups. Obviously it's a physics one, so I'm going to choose physics. Now, when I click on this assignment, I can add it to a folder. I click Unit 4 Assignments, I hit Apply, it says Folder Updated. So now if I were to go to the Unit 4 Assignments folder, I've got the PDF right here. Because I shared it with my physics class, all the students can see it now. So I just gave them access to this reading. If we're one-to-one or your school has one-to-one capabilities, they don't need to print the reading. It's here for them in their folder on Edmodo. You can store also links. I'm a big LiveBinders fan, so I've got, I'll show you in a minute, I'm not going to log in. I've got my physics, pretty much textbooks, set up through websites on LiveBinders, so I can share LiveBinders with my physics classes that way. Let's go back to Edmodo, the home page. I think that's everything I wanted to show you. On the profile up here, top right, it's going to show you your profile. Now, this isn't really where you can edit things. If you want to go to your account, go to Settings. This is where you can add a picture of yourself. You can change your personal info, your email, and your password. You can also add the school that we work at. So if you'd search your school by zip code, here we've got all those schools in Marion at least. That's not Wabash's. At any rate, it'll be good to fill out your profile at some point just so students can learn more about you. But as of right now, just getting started, I've shown you what everything is. Now I'm going to go to my actual page and show you what I've done with it. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Account, Log Out. My original one is Binksaj. By the way, when students log in, this is where they enter the group code that is specific to your group. So username, password, everything. They don't have to put an email. They can get notifications when you post things, but it does not require an email for students. That's one thing that I really liked about this. Just make sure they put their real first and last name. You can always kick them out and have them change that until they do. So this is my Edmodo. I've got a first period ICP class, and I just had a group project and I split them into 4 different groups. And I was able to post a Google Docs assignment that they were working on together. Each group had access to their specific document. My 6th period physics class, you see, since I've started this, I actually didn't know that I could change their password and locate their username, so I had them submit that, but I don't need that anymore. So, I've had a lot of success. They turn their assignments in every week. I have them write a short paper. So they turn that in, I read it and give them grades. I can send them messages. I let them know that I won't respond to messages sent directly to me until the administration gets on Edmodo. I gave them a quiz. I'd click on it, but then you'd see students' names, and I don't want that. One thing I like also is how friendly it is with Google Documents and Google Apps. This is my Google Calendar. This is where I post all of my information. This is just, it works so great. I can change things on my actual Google Calendar, and it appears right here for them. I know there's a calendar up here, but that populates with assignments you post. I can put events directly into it, but I prefer to use my Google Calendar because I'm almost always on Google in some form or another. But also, you can put interesting. You can put Google Documents right into it. The presentation works out well. It's pretty much a PowerPoint within Edmodo. But again, ICP I split up into different groups. And Academic Super Bowl. There's a couple students' names, but their last name is not shown. Students are not allowed to post messages directly to each other. I think that's very important, so teachers don't have to worry about are they messaging each other. If you don't want them to message, you put them on read only. They can't post on the main group, but regardless, they cannot send private messages to each other, only you as the teacher. Let's see, is there anything else I wanted to show you? There are communities you can join as a teacher. I mean, there's a professional development community. Different teachers post helpful things for you, so it'd be nice if, well, it's nice having other teachers post things that will help you. If you ever have any question, you ask it there, and I guarantee you 20 teachers will respond within an hour. As you see in my notifications, I've got 13 quizzes that have been submitted, but in the end, it's really just a Facebook combined with Moodle or Blackboard. I have nothing but praise for this so far. It's got everything that I would want in a website builder. Again, I don't even use my Google Sites page anymore. This has everything I need. I can post assignments. I can have kids turn in assignments, which is one thing you couldn't really do with Google Sites or Weebly for that matter. You can give them stuff, but they can't give it back to you. So yeah, it's really working out great, and I'm really looking forward to helping as many people get on Edmodo as I can. One more thing. I said for my physics class that I use live binders. So I've posted for them. Let's see. From my library. Actually, it's over here. On the right side, my physics page, their folders, here is physics. So I shared this folder with all my students. And the students have access to all these now, so because we don't have textbooks, I've got live binders ready for them right in Edmodo. So, I mean, it really has been a tremendous way to convey content digitally. Along with quizzes, there's really nothing that I don't think it helps you do better. You can always take from other websites and link from Edmodo. So you like live binders, you can put a link from live binders on your Edmodo. You have Google Documents, you can put links from that to Edmodo and vice versa. So it's really been good. And again, if you have any questions, Wabash people, don't hesitate to come see me. I'm sure next week we'll have an actual workshop that I can show you this. But for now, this has been the V&B Teacher Tech Review and How To. So have a good one. The stop button's up here. Bye.